Today we try turning this old rotten bench into this. Stick around to see how we did it. My parents have this old rotten bench in their backyard that's been there forever and needed repairs. As we would be mounting the new bench on the original brick legs, we had to measure where the screws would need to go on the new bench top. Here you can see just how badly the wood had rotten. The new bench would fit up against the fence and come around the fence post, so we needed to measure to make sure it was a tight fit. We had the idea to use some Quila decking to make the bench, as it wasn't too expensive and easy to get hold of. Here you see us marking the cutout for the fence post. When marking cut lines, always make sure to measure twice and use a set square to make sure you get a straight line. I chose to make this cut by hand, but you could easily use a bandsaw if you have one. When making cuts with a handsaw, I find it helps use a finger as a guide to help you get the cut started. In this case though, I left my finger against the blade for the entire cut, as it added a bit more stability to the blade and gave myself a more accurate cut. As you can see though, my sawing skills are not up to par and I needed to use a rasp to shave it back to the line. Next we needed to cut some cross braces to give some extra support to the bench. For this we used 1x4 pine. We screwed the braces on, making sure we only put screws near the edges, as we knew that we would later have to screw the whole thing into the brick legs that were out the back with very long screws, and we wanted to centre these in the boards. After screwing on the bracing, we realised that where we had cut the bench to fit around the fence post, the board was a little bent. So a quick fix for this was me driving a screw through the side of the boards to hold them aligned, as shown here. Then, after a quick scraping to get rid of some of the extra stain that had leaked off, the bench was ready. Here I am drilling pilot holes for the long screws to hold the assembly together. Remember earlier when we screwed the braces that we didn't put the screws in the centre of the boards? Now we are able to align the two long screws in the centre of the boards and drive them all the way through for a cleaner looking finish. I only pre-drilled through the hardwood here as the wood underneath was soft enough and I wanted to give a decent bite on the screw to hold everything in place. The battery in my drill died on the third to last screw, but after quickly changing that out, the job was easily finished. This is why it's always handy to have an extra battery charged and ready to go, otherwise I would have had to wait a couple of hours in order to screw in the last couple of screws for the bench. I went back and made sure all the other screws were tight, and then the job was complete. I hope you enjoyed this build. Please leave a like and a comment down below. I'm new to woodworking, so I would love to hear any tips to improve my skills. Also, if you have a project you would like me to try, let me know and I'll add it to my ever-growing list and give you a shout out in the video. Thanks, and remember, you won't know until you try.